pot, we will be using an 85% acrylic, 15% polyester yarn. You could also use 100% acrylic yarn. Now, the straw-like texture looks really good on the pot, and it holds the shape of the pot exceptionally well. I do recommend this sort of acrylic-based yarn for the pot. With regards to the leaves and the soil, 100% pure cotton double knit yarn works perfectly for this project. And for the soil, you can make an informed decision. I'm going to suggest you use more of a rich, dark brown, chocolatey color, but any color will do, as the leaves more or less cover the entirety of the soil in the end. So you'll have 3 decisions to make: the colors for your leaves, for your pot, and for your soil. And lastly, you need 100% cotton double knit white ropey yarn for the macrame. So for your plant, you can make some individual choices. You can decide on the pot color in contrast to the leaf color. And there's lots of different leaf colors that you can choose from, and they all look really good for this particular plant. You can even opt for a more lilac purple colored leaf, which looks really good here, or a bluey greeny leaf, or just a pale green leaf. For our crochet project, we need a 2mm hook. We also need stuffing for your pot. I just use the offcuts of my old yarn. You can use anything that you'd like. We also need a sewing needle and thread, as well as a pair of scissors, a yarn needle to weave in our ends, and lastly, some measuring tape or a ruler. So we know about our yarn. Let's talk about the rings. This closed ring doesn't open up anywhere. Fully closed is great for hanging on door handles for decor, or maybe hooks or nails around the house, compared to this open closed ring, which is amazing for the car mirror. If you're making your plant specifically to go into the car mirror, then I do suggest getting yourself one of these open closed rings, so you have a choice of functionality between the 2 rings. And lastly, we need to prepare our macrame rope for the project. So you're going to need two sets of yarn at 90 centimeters, 2 sets of yarn at 70 centimeters, and lastly, at 25 centimeters, you'll be cutting another 2 pieces of yarn. So for a total of 6 pieces of yarn for our macrame project.